DreamsTaleCinema, the place where dreams come to life. Get ready to daydream and explore the boundaries between reality and fantasy. Subscribe now so you don't miss a single episode of this dream exploration. DreamsTaleCinema, the channel where your dreams become our movies. Ex-girlfriend, memories and reflections of a love story. That evening I had peacefully fallen asleep while watching an exciting soccer match. In the dream, I had just returned from Italy after unforgettable holidays in my home country, and I was walking down the street when suddenly I encountered the first girl I had ever been deeply in love with. In real life, when I was 14, there was a girl my age who was madly in love with me, but I wasn't interested. However, circumstances led to me ending up with her, thinking it would be just a one-night adventure. In reality, that night I fell deeply in love with her, but in the end, after 3 weeks, she left me. In the dream, though, everything was different. When I came face to face with her, she looked intensely into my eyes and I saw some tears wetting her face. I approached her, took her hands and asked her gently, "How are you?" She replied with a tone filled with regret, "Why did you leave me? Many years have passed, but I still can't forget you completely." "I'm glad you managed to move on, even if not completely," I told her. "We could have still been together even now." And she responded, "Yes, that's true, but maybe we could start all over again." In the face of my words, she seemed even more moved. In that moment, I also felt a strong feeling towards her. So I told her, "But you must have had several boyfriends, and maybe you have one even now." The girl started crying because what I had said was the truth, and with a low and desperate voice she said to me, "Yes, but I did that also because you left me. I was suffering too much and I couldn't be alone, but as you can see, even after all these years, I still can't forget you. I wished I had no boyfriend and waited for this moment, but it was too painful to face it alone. I'm sorry for your suffering, but we can't get back together like this," I told her as I hugged her again. I escorted her back home because I knew that otherwise she would have stayed there in the middle of the street for a long time. When we arrived in front of her house, we said goodbye, exchanging a farewell kiss. As I was heading back home, a childhood friend called me on the phone, inviting me to dinner, so I headed to the restaurant. Upon arrival, I found my friend sitting at the table, and he had already ordered for me as well. The restaurant was very cozy, brightly lit. The dishes were very abundant: meat, vegetables, lobster. "This is the perfect restaurant for a romantic date," he said, and I nodded. However, in the middle of dinner, my friend got up and told me he had to leave. "I'm sorry, it's urgent," he exclaimed with an apologetic tone. As I watched him leave, I decided to stay seated, reflecting on the oddities of life. When suddenly, a familiar figure appeared in the corner of my eye. It was her, my ex-girlfriend, approaching the table with a peculiar expression. Before I could utter a word, she sat in the seat my friend had just vacated. "Surprise," she said with a half smile. My heart began to race. How did you manage to find me here?" I stammered, still in shock. My ex-girlfriend looked at me, her eyes shining with a light I had never seen before. "I followed my instinct," she replied, "and it led me to you." The atmosphere was charged with electric tension, and every one of our breaths seemed amplified by the silence that had enveloped us. "You know," she continued, "when I saw you today, something stirred inside me, something I thought had long been dormant." The words flowed from her heart, heavy as stones but delicate as petals. "I couldn't let this evening end with a simple goodbye," she said to me, and as I leaned in to kiss her again, I woke up. I wanted to go back to sleep to continue the dream, but I couldn't, so I picked up the phone and decided to call her to tell her about my dream. And so our journey through the world of dreams ends for today. I'm eager to hear about your most incredible dream. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It means a lot to us. If you're not yet part of our family, hit subscribe to not miss out on our upcoming adventures. Share this video with your loved ones to spread the magic of dreams. And now, we have an exciting challenge for you. Do Do you want to be the star of one of our videos? Send us your dream. Your story could be the focus of our next creation. Let your imagination soar and turn your dream into a shared reality.